Lavazza. Stay with me. Lavazza. Not a language lesson in French, Italian, Spanish, or even English. It's Gadget Nation, a brand new episode. And Lavazza, why am I saying that? Because that's where we currently are here at Viva Mall. You can see behind me. In my hands though, it's a new camera, one of two that we're going to be looking at today, amongst other things, of course. Let's start the show.
In early 2010, we realized there was a huge market of BlackBerry users who was looking for tailored services in terms of accessories and also servicing their mobile phones. So when we spotted that opportunity, we actually set up a retail store in Subang on SS15. It's called Pop My Berry, where you can actually send your BlackBerry for, let's call that, for bespoke services and also bespoke accessories. And from then, we expanded to another group of tailored services, which is Pop My Apple, specifically tailored for the Apple gadgets, basically the iPads, the iPhones, and all that. Custom cases came about when we set up Pop My Case this year. It's nothing new because custom case has been around in the US for 3-4 years already. And all this while, everyone around this region is been buying from these people from the US. And you know, by actually how I got started is like we sat in a meeting room, all three of us, the main guys behind Pop My Berry Group, and we saw the opportunity and the technology was there. We bought the technology. We actually spent roughly to about 2 million to bring the whole technology here, which is called the 3D ink embedding printing technology, where the cases are actually printed like this. It's not a sticker. Basically, ink embedded meaning the ink goes into the plastic. And when we have set up the whole Pop My Case, we're the only player in Asia who has this technology. And we're positioning ourselves as an Asian player while we're based here in Malaysia. And when we got the whole technology, we got so excited. One of our head of creative as well, one of our directors in Pop My Berry, who's in charge of the design, Eddie. Well, he made all these wonderful cases that you can see in front of us. And besides these wonderful design cases, you can actually design your own. You can upload images, any photos, design, anything you imagine, desires, and we will get it printed for you. Apart from the designs that we already have, we also collaborated with local and Asian-based artists, from celebrities, street artists. I have a photographer / manipulation artist. I have what do you call that, fine artists, and this includes names like Mini Marini, Orkiba, Shiko, Kukubusi, Art Tech. I have Super Sunday, of course. I have Rockstars, who's a legend, iconic in Malaysia, who's got ME Search, and of course Bang Face, who collaborates with us. And these are all available on our website at popmycase.com. They can interact with their artwork, which is something really cool that we have, which I think the customer or the fans or whoever visits our website should actually be playing with it, because the whole idea of us, why we're collaborating, we want to have all these artists to have a platform for them to make their work. And now that it's available in this region of mobile phones, everyone will be like, I've been getting feedback, you know what, Riz, I've been had a dream of having my design on my mobile phone for years, and all this while, you know, it's been in the US and I had no chance at all.
You know, this is something that you should get it lah. You just layari www.popmycase.com untuk pemegang iPhone yang betul-betul rocker sebenar, kan? Okay, jangan lupa Pop My Case.
You know, if you're a budding photographer, it's really hard to know where to start. But my advice is, when a brand says they have an entry-level model, and if you're really, really new to cameras, why not start with that and then work your way up? Yeah, it might be a little bit pricey, but you could learn a lot of tricks along the way till you really build up your talent. Now on that note, speaking of entry-level cameras, Nikon now have one, well, new one rather, the D3200. Our team went all the way to Port Dickson to find out exactly what it has to offer and what some of the people in PD really thought about it. Let's find out more.
If you are looking for an entry-level camera, this is the best choice in the market now, since you have the megapixel, you have the ease of use, and you have a lot of functions and features which is everybody is looking to in the most advanced camera nowadays. First thing is the processor is very fast. In order to work with a higher megapixel, like 24 megapixel, you need a very fast processor. There's an XP3 processor which is being used in D4. So this is the best choice because it gives you the best processor to work with the higher megapixel. That's why it can give you 4 frames per second in continuous shot, even though this is an entry-level camera. You have a guide mode which will tell you what mode to use, when and how to use it, to show you how to take better pictures using that camera. And the price is an entry-level price.
When I get my hands on the first 3200, and then I find out it's quite impressed me with the megapixel. Okay, it can go up to 24 megapixel. With this kind of entry level for a beginner, you have that much of megapixel to have a high level kinds of pictures quality that you can have. I mean, that was incredible for just a very small entry level. You can get a so high megapixel. And the second thing is the new viewfinder. I mean the LCD screen here is much more brighter. You can see the pictures more clear and more in I mean the quality of the picture you can see directly from the LCD screen here. And then the third things I think should be have the it's a new upgraded versions for the entry level. Whoever wants to get hands-on for the first, I mean, if you want to try out what is DSLR all about, this definitely will be the best for you to get a high-end kinds of pictures quality that you can get.
D3200 ni for me is entry level camera, but the feature that they equip the camera is superb. I'm a professional user. I have D3S. Usually I do manual, everything in manual. But when I'm using the D3200, it seems like the auto features that they equip with the cameras is you don't want to use manual, you use the auto features in the camera. So for me, people who doesn't know anything about photography can immediately use the camera, creating a good photograph.
From one camera brand to another, this time around we got Panasonic. This is the Lumix GF5, as you can see. Not so sure about the color because it doesn't really suit me, but I'm just nitpicking a little bit. But it's pretty compact, pretty nice, and check it out. Wait, what else does it have to offer though? Let's find out. Kind of wish I had a beard right now. Why? So I can sit here pretending I'm a history professor, stroking my beard. So cool. Why would I want to be a history professor though? Well, just to talk a bit about something from Panasonic. Now, I've already mentioned this, of course, is the GF5. Let's rewind the history books just a bit. GF1 came out. That was pretty nifty. Pretty good for its time, especially. GF2 came out. Not as good. Just gonna be polite and try to put it that way. GF3, yeah, that was pretty all right. Then this came out, or rather it's just come out, and it looks very similar to the GF3. However, there is a little bit of a difference here and there as far as I gather, starting with the price point. In the US, it's about 100 USD different, from 500 to almost 600. Actually, it's 599. But is it worth it? What are the differences? That's how you should really be looking at the GF5, as opposed to being a brand new camera. How does it stack up to its predecessor? And really, it's almost twin. So why is the GF5 more expensive than the GF3? Apart from the fact that they look similar. Well, firstly, they both have a 12.1 megapixel live MOS sensor, so that's pretty much identical, but this has the higher picture quality tag attached to it. So you're pretty much expecting something a little bit more nifty in terms of picture quality, and you're certainly going to be hoping for it. I know that I am. Now, other features that are thrown in here, ISO is doubled from 6400 native all the way to 12800. So obviously that's a huge difference in terms of what you can capture. So obviously that adds something extra to the GF5. Also, video, you're boosting it up to 1080 from 720 on the GF3. So obviously that's another improvement. I have to say, I quite like taking video, so that for me is pretty good. Now, what else about this? Well, it all looks the same, but it's really underneath, and I can't really talk too much about it until I've really played with it. This, of course, is still just first look. What else can I say about this? Well, another thing they've added just to show you the difference between the GF3 and the GF5 would be the burst mode, gone from 3.8 frames per second to now 4, so there's a slight difference there. Once again, GF3 is coming out tops. But in terms of the biggest change for me above everything else that's really noticeable the moment you pick it up would be the interface at the back, the touch screen. It is much better, much more intuitive, easy to use. Now, for people that haven't used the GF3, they may not really notice, but those who are new to it would appreciate the GUI, which is pretty cool, pretty nifty, and it's very intuitive and easy to use. You throw in all the other factors, like having all of these different modes you can do, like the toy shop mode for macro and so forth. It adds a whole bunch of features inside of the camera. And once again, having an easy to use interface does make a huge difference, as is the case with the GF5. So what are my closing thoughts about this? I think it's really great for the beginners who really want to get into photography but maybe don't want a full-on DSLR. This one makes it really easy to use. Now, I talked about you know how easy the interface is? Well, for example, let me expand just a little bit. When you have the intelligent auto settings, it can actually suggest the filters that you can use. When you actually have the filters on, or rather when you're choosing the filter, it'll give you a real-time preview of how it would look like in the background as well. So that all really helps in terms of being brand new and not really sure how to approach taking your pictures. I really do appreciate that. Other little things which I think they've thrown in just to say it's better, say you get stereo sound when I don't think it's true stereo sound, considering where they positioned everything, but hey, that's just me being very nitty-gritty. Now, all in all, I think this is pretty cool. If you're new to cameras, once again, and you don't want to go DSLR, this is certainly a good alternative option, and it's more catered to the ladies, I think, in terms of the size. That's what I've been told. But I think guys can use this as well, not a problem, as long as you want to expand your repertoire of pictures. Lego Batman, pretty cool game. I played it, I'll admit it. But I was really hyped up about Lego Batman 2 DC Superheroes. They've thrown in a whole bunch of characters. You can play as Green Lantern, Superman, and trust me, a whole host of other characters. Those are just the big guns. However, it's also come out on the Vita, and it's come out on the main consoles, Xbox, and of course the PS3. What are some of the differences? What are my thoughts about the game? I'm taking charge of Gamer Station this week. Find out what I have to say.
Peggy 7.
And now, this year's Man of the Year award goes to Bruce Wayne.
Standing ovation? Did not expect that, but I'll take it, and also everything else.
Do you know who I am?
Oh, hey Lex.
Yeah, what you can see right there, Lego Batman 2. Now, I really enjoyed the first one. This is a PS3 copy, pretty much the same on the Xbox, by the way. But I have to say, it is a vast improvement on the predecessor, and actually, I think it's the best Lego game so far. Really is that good. It's a lot of fun, and a lot of things have come into play to really make this an outstanding game. Why though? That I will come to. Also, we may notice is I have a PlayStation Vita next to me. Now this Vita also has Lego Batman 2, the Vita version. I'll be talking about the differences between the two simply because it's not one of the games where if you buy the PS3 version, you'll get the Vita version for free, like MotorStorm. This is completely separate, you have to pay separately, although it's effectively the same game. All right, firstly, what do I like about Lego Batman 2? Well, I'll be honest. It's open world. You can go out, you can do whatever you want. There's a lot of fun to be had. This game is all about collectibles. You want to collect everything. You want to collect all the coins, everything that you come across. That requires you to literally smash everything that you see to actually get the coins. So it's a lot of fun. If you're the type of person that's, you know, really into trophies and hunting trophies, this could very well be the game for you. Now the difference is, I mentioned the open world. Yeah, the Vita version, also, it's all about collectibles, but it's not open world. It's much more linear. That for me, ruins the game. Not fully. I mean, if I was to give this, say, a 10, I would have to give this about a 7, simply because it's such a key mechanic of the game. Literally being able to go out in Gotham City, fly around and do what you want to do. It's a lot of fun. Now, I say fly because, yeah, you can unlock a lot of characters. As the game progresses, there's all sorts of things you can do. Get Superman, he's one of the first ones that you can unlock, and you can literally fly around the city and have a blast. Other characters include the other Justice League characters, of course, the Flash, Martian Manhunter, Wonder Woman, and so forth. There's also the rogues that you can unlock, like the Joker, etc., etc. Now, you're probably thinking, why do I want to unlock it when I can just play the game as Batman? Yes, you can. But there's a lot of things in levels which you cannot do. You can progress the story, yes, but there's little things which you have to unlock with other characters. For example, in one of the early levels on the PS3 version, you can use the Joker, and then you can start unlocking some stuff for more collectibles. Now, to get the Joker, you pretty much have to complete the game. So, therefore, it comes back to being able to play it again. You definitely can by using other characters. That's what makes it, the replay value, so great if you really want to collect everything. Same with certain colored devices. Well, you have to use Superman, for example, or you have to use Batman's explosive suit. And there's so many suits to use. They're so much fun. You unlock them as you go along. I'm really enjoying that aspect of it. What else about the Vita version don't I like? It's not fully HD. No, it's pretty much a port of the 3DS, and that also ruins it on some level, especially the cutscenes. The cutscenes are absolutely atrocious. I mean, they're exactly the same as the one you'll find on the PS3, but graphically speaking, it is not good. I mean, what's the point of having a Vita with all that capability in it when you can't actually do it, you know, view it in HD? I'm really disappointed in that, very much so. But overall, I have to say it's an exhilarating experience. Another key aspect for all the Batman fans out there especially is that you can actually hear them talk. Yeah, the Lego characters are talking, they're having a lot of fun, and really, I think that anybody could play it. It's great for kids, great for adults. The multiplayer, it's exactly the same as previous Lego games. You can jump in and jump out anytime you want. If you're playing alone, yes, you will have to switch characters. A simple one-button press will allow you to do so to get certain parts of the game done. It's really a blast. It's kind of like a Lego version of GTA meets Batman, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I have to say though, I'm going to give this 2 separate scores. The PS3 version and the Xbox version, I might add. Well, let's see, I'll probably give it a solid 8 out of 10. But the Vita version, 6.5 out of 10. Too many things holding it back from really true greatness on the Vita. I highly recommend the PS3 or Xbox version. Well, if you love Batman, you love the Lego games, by all means get it for the Vita instead. But really, have a go, have some fun, plenty to be had.
We're here to see Lex Luthor.
And you are?
Seriously?
Calling all Justice Leaguers.
Hey guys! Need a hand?
Where's your car?
I'm Superman. He's Batman.
Are those last names?
Just one name each. Like Madonna.
Sadly, that's all the time we have for this week's episode. Big shout out to Lavazza Cafe here in Viva Mall for having us though. Now, just to let you know, next week we're going to take about 1 week off. So you can expect a highlights episode of some of the best moments from the season. In the meantime, find us on Facebook and of course on Twitter. My name is Adam Carruthers. Till next time.